You ever watch a storm build on the horizon? The sky pretends it's calm, right up to the moment it isn't. That's how transformation works. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Then everything all at once. And maybe a part of you already knows the smell of that air. That electric quiet before lightning chooses a place to land. So now imagine your life as a long coastline. Some days you're the waves, fierce and restless. Other days you're the rocks, patient, unmoving. Both are sacred jobs in the same ecosystem. The trick is remembering when to crash and when to wait. Because energy wasted in the wrong rhythm becomes noise. And energy spent in sync becomes music. Some people spend decades building dams to stop their feelings, and then wonder why nothing flows. Others open the gates too wide, drown in everyone else's river, and call it empathy. You're learning to become the engineer of the tide. Open when it feeds you, closed when it floods you. That's not selfish. That's physics with self-respect. So take a breath. That's the simplest form of magic that you'll ever need. Inhale, hold, exhale. Each breath is a message to the nervous system saying, I've got this. That's neuroscience masquerading as spirituality. Every exhale recalibrates the circuits to decide whether you panic or perform. Now picture a small child trying to balance on a seesaw alone. That's what intuition looks like when you never give it feedback. Add another child, the part of you that tests, tracks, learns, and suddenly it steadies. Science calls it reinforcement learning. Mystics call it listening. Either way, the body learns faster than the mind if you let it. Maybe you've noticed how truth has a sound. Not the words, the tone. A lie rattles thin. Truth hums low and steady, like a cat purring against your ribs. That's your internal calibration. Next time you hear that hum, trust it a little more. Next time it's absent, pause, breathe, and wait for the real note. Let's play with time for a moment. Imagine two futures branching from this breath. In one, you keep half believing in your potential, dabbling, hesitating, scrolling. In the other, you practice tiny decisions, steady boundaries, honest feedback. A year passes. One version of you feels light, unbothered, quietly powerful. The other keeps explaining why it's not the right time. Both are you. Only one is living. Karma isn't punishment. It's the universe's very patient follow-up email. Did you mean to send that energy? When you act from avoidance, it loops back as another chance to choose differently. When you act from clarity, it compounds like interest. So which investment plan feels better today? Picture this. You're sitting in a circle with a few good humans. Everyone's breathing together. That low communal rhythm that makes the air thicker with calm. You feel that urge to send a little pulse of peace around the circle. Not words, just intention. And as you do, you notice your own spine straighten. your own mind quiet. That is the paradox. Giving energy restores it. It's the universal law of flow. What moves lives. And maybe right now, as you listen, some part of you remembers you've been doing versions of this all along. When you sensed a friend's mood before they spoke. When you chose silence instead of argument. When you walked away from a door that didn't hum right. Those were not coincidences. They were rehearsals. You've been practicing your craft in secret. And the secret is, you were never unskilled. So let's make this moment the line in the sand. From here on, every breath, every choice, every boundary, it's a quiet ceremony of return. You don't need incense or mantras. You just need attention. Because attention is the most powerful form of love. And whatever you love with attention grows into its best self. The wind in that imagined field has shifted again. The storm, the once threatened, now feeds the soil. You, the tuning fork, hum steady. The rocks, the waves take turns, perfectly balanced. The child on the seesaw laughs, balanced by its own curiosity. And somewhere, in your very near future, someone will look at you and say, something about you feels grounded, clear, alive. You'll smile, small, knowing. Because the answer isn't mystical. It's breath, boundary, calibration, repetition. It's science and soul finally shaking hands. That's how the lesson ends. You breathe, you feel, you choose. And the choosing makes you new, again and again, until it feels natural to live as the lesson itself.